Faces are good. So, just keep in mind.
How you doing? Brother Chuck, can you hear us?
This kind of beach
Good evening, Sir Matt. Thank you for being here today. Is this on? I sound better with the mic off. You'd like pen? Is it on?
Yeah.
That's the one to be. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Okay. So with all things said, tonight we're about to open this meeting in the fourth section. Let our faithful officers assume their respective station, and faithful inner and outer sentinels take their posts. Per our tradition, we're not checking cards as people come in, and besides fourth degree knights, third degree, and so on, other brothers are permitted to come in because we have nothing to hide. Or a lot to educate about our degree, that being the patriotic degree. So, with that said, faithful Father, a report of officers.
Faithful Navigator, all officers are present or accounted for.
Thank you. All right, with that, we have several new visiting Sir Knights. First one, Brother Tony Fugaletti, stand up, please. Stand up. We've been praying for this guy so much, I had to get a new Bible. You know what I'm saying?
I do thank you for all your prayers, though. They really were done home.
Yeah. You're welcome. As you know, in the past, it was faithful navigator for us. Time to learn a lot from it. And now we have some strange guys among our men. So I'm going to ask all the new Sir Knights, please stand. Name, serial number, and where you consider your hometown.
Boise, Idaho.
Okay, and Steve.
Steve Sherrard, yep.
Okay.
Serial number 754. Dave Brooks, Radian.
You have to see that you get to the sheet. Good.
Greg Osmus, Boise.
All right, thank you, guys.
Steve Gosper, Eagle.
Thank you.
Ed Shaw, Boston.
Austin. I dated a girl in Boston, but I can't talk about it. All right, thank you.
Michael Martinez, Chicago.
Chicago, okay, Georgia and Chicago, okay, thank you.
Steve Costerud, and I live about a mile that way.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes, young man.
Thank you, kind sir. Fred Klein, Boise Current.
Thank you. And then,
Bill. Oh, Boise. I put this on. And, wow, I'm one of those 42 guys. Yeah.
I think I'll be saying the prayer for us to start off. I just hope that our new Sir Knights, that as you came in this room, we knew you were coming and we wanted to make you feel welcome and appreciate it. So, over there, we have the cake, but, let them eat cake and eat too. That'll be in between the council and the assembly, so I'll cut that up. And I have a copy, for you all, who your, I was gonna say classmates or, and their names, just so that you can say, oh, yeah. We were in the exemplification together. Sometimes that may not happen to about a couple of years down the road, but it's a nice little memory copy so that you can recall the event. Makes sense. I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, with that, we're not going to do roll call. So with that, you want to ice? That would you,
Lord Jesus, we thank you for the gathering tonight. Thank you for the blessing for bringing us all together as knights. We ask you to bless our families. May the Holy Spirit always guide us in all things that we do as we meet tonight. Lord, watch over all of our families as much as before. Keep them always in our prayers, in your prayers. For this we say, our Father.
Give us our trespasses, as we give those. And we deny temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Lord, may the Almighty God bless them and protect you. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
thank you. All right, if you all will face the flag, in your heart, pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and
Please take your seat. Thank you. Faithful Cat, could you tell us what the three elements of our order are?
Brothers, principle of the fourth degree is patriotism. Our duty to our country is to respect and obey all lawful authority, to uphold and maintain those whose duty it is to administer the law, to defend and preserve unspotted and unstained the flag of our country and the principles for which it stands. Our duties are to maintain unity, to practice virtues of charity and brotherly love, to exemplify in all our relations with our fellow man sublime teachings of Holy Mother Church. The emblems of our degree are the flag, the sword, and the cross. These represent patriotism, liberty, and faith. This is the flag of our country. We love it and shall ever defend it. This is our sword. We shall keep it bright for liberty's sake. And this is the cross of Christ, the exponent of Christian ideals, the conqueror of death, the giver of life, for it was crimson with the blood of self-sacrifice.
Thank you. Now, I'm gonna walk over to the table because there's an item there. So, Mr. Knight, Ruben, would you please come forward? Ruben. Right. We presented this to you about 2 meetings ago. But now, it was intended that we would make this presentation to the 4th degree exemplification. But you're here with us, and I feel so glad that we did that. Oh, you did? Okay, well, you're doing good. All right, so this plaque is a certificate of appreciation presented to Sir Knight Ruben Obregon, a living legend. How old you are is just a number. You are never too old to volunteer. From the Bishop, Professor W. Chairman, Assembly 24 and 41. And this Sir Knight. One time to carry the age. But that 90% becomes a 9. He is always working. He is always visiting. And there is no task or job beneath him that he won't do. And he does it with a smile and a gracious heart. You're my role model. Thank you for being here. So next item is last month's minutes. What's your name? Yes.
The worthy faithful navigator, I'd like to make a proposal that we dispense with the reading of the minutes, and accept them as written and published. Thank you.
All those in, yes.
I second.
The second, the motion to forego the reading of the minutes and accept them as written and posted. All those in favor say aye. Say aye, got it. Thank you very much. You can never leave us, okay? Yeah. If you do, we want to record it, okay? Okay, reading bills and communication. I have to tell you, the VA is just very good. We're very thankful for the things that we do down there. And so, dear Knights of Columbus, on behalf of the Boise VA, patients and staff, we would like to extend our appreciation to you for your donation of prizes. And as you know, or especially you, Sir Knight, we go down once a month to the Community Living Center, and we play bingo for 2 hours with the patients. And it's such a thrill. It's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of things to think about, the games, and they do the new, but they do it. And we provide the prizes, and they're just thrilled with us being there. It is though with efforts of community partners like you that allow us to continue the quality care services that we seek to provide our deserving veterans. We look forward to the opportunity to work with you again for future events. And this is the recreation rehabilitation department. So on the 23rd of June, they have a picnic there at the VA, right by the entrance of the hospital, from 11 to 2. And you all feel free to wear your shirts and to go down there and mix it up. And typically, what we do, and we're big heroes at this, is that we bring ice cream. So as they get their barbecue, whatever, the last stop is at the night's table, and we give them their choice of ice cream. So that's really a big hit, and they enjoy it. So that's from the VA. Just real quickly, I'm not going to read this all, but those that helped with the simplification ceremony and setup and cooking, supervision, there then. I wrote a letter of appreciation to them. Just my third paragraph. Your efforts led to the simplification of 30+ SIR nights, a state record. I think I got that right. Daryl, do I have that right? About 30?
Yeah, about 30.
30. We faced challenges to putting on this event, but we hung tight together and we did it. The 80 attendees or so lauded their alert joy, measuring that as a tool of success. The wives had so much fun, and field agent Andrew Sorley came in his Marine uniform, and it was the first time his wife had seen him in uniform. And extravagant was our ceremony. Extravagant was cocktail hour. Extravagant was the dinner, but our goal was to create a positive memory. Do I have a yay on that, new Sir Nights?
Yay!
Yes, yeah. And who would think those people would fight over desserts? It was so, to continue, we were a force of one who did something truly great last Saturday evening. And quoting Beretta, some of you are old enough to know that, the late 60s police sitcom, and you can take that to the bank. Okay. With that, report of the State Navigator. Just trying to make this quick because we got some big rocks to carry for this meeting. The 4th degree simplification ceremony dinner was amazing success despite the many challenges and obstacles. The most important thing, and I'm going to address it, what I was going to say, is God will send you what you need during the time you need. Jesus, I trust in you. Anything that could happen as far as obstacles or challenges, we did it. We made it happen. And we feel so blessed to have our new sermon. Assembly leadership met to discuss fund distribution for your coordinated approval May 18th. And we chose local Treasure Valley Veteran Assistance Agency besides ongoing VA hospital support activities as in the past. And our paper controller will give a report and then he'll go over that coordinated approval. What we did in essence on the 18th, we did a community needs assessment. Who in the community taking care of our vets needed help financially, and that governed our decision on who we were going to give the money to, and more than just shit. In addition, we set, that night, we set, 14 June at 6 P.M. at our Federal Controller Robert Lee's home to discuss our 2024 Assembly fraternal budget proposal. We've been assured continuation of 20% and the FBO for veterans again in the fraternity there. Over on the table, I had the organizations that were requesting your coordinated approval to get money to. But the biggest one in the center, serving courageous survivors, quite an organization. So we weren't able to get them money this year, but next year we're gonna take care of them. They do a lot. All of these are in Treasure Valley doing good for our vets. Okay. And that's it for my navigators report. All right, report of controller.
Well, I'm very happy to announce that we now have 108 members, after our 15 members in the presentation. So that's wonderful. Of our regular members, 7 are unpaid at the moment, 2 are actually transferring, which leaves 5 unpaid.
Which is fairly typical. Just a quick breakdown of the exemplification. We brought in $2,035 for our food. The cakes that everyone was fighting over, we made $337, and we brought in $476 on the bar, for a total of $2,623. In terms of expenses, the meal, foods, the appetizers and cocktail hour, the beer and wine came to $2,062.73. We did spend some money in one-time decorations, flags that will have ongoing. That total $595, but they're now in our inventory. So expenses were $2,658.38 for a net loss of $35. But I want to reiterate, it's not often our wives get a chance to go on a finery, and I know my wife enjoyed the night too, after I calmed down after trying to collect money for my dinner. But it was a wonderful night. I think it was well worth it, and obviously the potential to, now that the fixed costs have been sunk on decorations, to actually make some money the next time we do it.
Well, we can wait till later. Okay, great. With that, what we found with the last exemplification prior 2 years ago, and this one, is that where we didn't make money, but the investment for the future, as of right now, we don't need to buy tablecloths, napkins, decorations for the room. They're all investment items for the future. And even better still, if we decide to have a semi-formal dinner to recognize each other, to provide our wives, we can have a classy dinner in this room, because we now have the resources to the end of time. So, and okay, with that, report of the controller, I apologize. I don't know where our, go ahead.
No, I'm the controller.
You, okay, I mean, excuse me.
It's a financial guy.
Sorry. My finger was in the wrong line.
I can.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
We started the month with $6,643. Deposits were $5,272 based on the FOB and the exemplification. We had a card withdrawal of $247.50 for engraving, and the checks paid in the amount of $3,026.06. So right now we have a total of $8,642.21 in the bank. However, we will talk about the equity discussion of funds. So that's it.
Thank you so much. And I just want to let our new Knights know that we had expectation that the badges would be here, be able to give you tonight. And I publicly want to thank Jerry Sullivan for his efforts on getting the shirts ordered and having them also available for you tonight. Yeah, we wanted to make you feel special and welcome. Okay, with that, the report of the Color Corps Commander. Okay, last Friday, we had a change of color ceremony. It was held right out here at our own Holy Apostles flagpole. The faithful Captain Dick and I did a two-man ceremony. We had music and display, booth table to boot. What was really interesting is the parishioners, as they passed us, as we were setting up going to Friday morning mass, were acknowledging our presence, was saying thank you for what we were doing. So the old flag and the roller chain guide on the table are there for your review. I learned serving in corrections for 10 years, trust but verify. So you trust me by giving me the funds so they can buy the new flag and the new rollers, and I appreciate that. But to verify, I did what you expected. They're right there on the table, the old beads and then the old flag. And oh glory, not only was she discolored from dirt in the air, but she was a little ragged as well. And to our amazement, if you do anything tonight, you need to stop at that table. And Dick and I folded "Oh Glory," and we got 1, 3, and 4 stars on the front. I mean, we're just pretty amazed. Practice makes perfect. I don't know if that will ever happen again, but we were pretty proud. We knew we were supposed to be there at that change of color ceremony. That was absolutely. And our Steve Gaston found a terrific two-man flag folding video on the internet, and we shared it with all our Treasure Valley, Knights of Columbus Color Corps colleagues. That's a great video. Color Corps support schedule so far for June. 8 June, St. John's Cathedral priest ordination. That'll be at 11 a.m. 10 June, St. John's Cathedral deacon ordination, 10 a.m. mass. 10 June, Sacred Heart Church, Sir Knight Jose Aurora wedding and prep for visit. We had to divide and conquer in order to do both those functions. That's the value of having a Treasure Valley Color Corps collaboration. Sir Knight Ayola, his wedding is being filmed. It's going to be shared with in Rome with Pope Francis. So they're going on the honeymoon to Italy and to Rome in particular. Another is 11 June, Holy Apostles, Corpus Christi procession. The after Sundays, 11 a.m. mass. You're going to hear this once or twice tonight, but we're going to need knights in here to help with the procession, pall bearers and maybe awning carriers. It doesn't take very long. It's probably about 20-30 minute ceremony after the 11 a.m. Sunday mass. And on 29 June, a special mass at Holy Apostles and celebration. Still a rose mass and a ceremony at 8:45. Color Corps will be in there. And as you can see, color code is really critical, not only for our church, but in the valley as well. Initial, Noosa Nights. Initial color code training to be arranged, last week of June, still working on that. Surveying potential volunteers and willing to repeat the training in July if need be. I mean, we're into the summer month and everybody already has obligations. So with that, lastly, arrival of new solid color service bulletins have arrived. KofC Assembly is 142. So I picked those up on Thursday. And Daryl, you can send that order. Last, critical to our assembly. Okay, that's a critical report. Next, a report of committees, admissions, reading of applications, Sue Henson. Sorry.
Well, I really don't have any applications at this time. However, we do have 2 new brother knights that were exemplified this past month in May that we need to recruit for the 4th degree. And all I can say is that we will make it a point to recruit on a monthly basis all new brother knights who just joining the council, and hopefully we'll have a good number for our next exemplification. Not sure if it'll be next spring or summer or 2 years, but there's always the option if it's held as exemplification ceremonies held elsewhere in the state. Perhaps a travel would be a worthy endeavor for those divisions.
Correct, and so just news tonight to know is that exemplifications not only can be held within the valley, but within the state. So sometimes as district marshal and appellate court, we might go provide support at those other exemplification functions, so that those that maybe weren't able to attend ours can attend hopefully another function. Thank you.
Okay, other than that, I'd like to say once again, congratulations to our new Sir Knights.
Okay, welfare committee tonight, James.
Well, nothing to report new, but I just want to thank you all for your prayers for my wife's well-being. And she's going to have a procedure next month sometime. We haven't been told when, but she's a candidate for the new device that they put in the IT line instead of having open heart, but she will be giving it without. Thank you for your prayers.
Thank you. VA hospital.
Yeah, I started, I do want to just make mention of someone else that's here who's an honorary life member transferring to council and 4th degree, Stephen Patterson. Stephen, can you want to stand up?
Hi, Stephen.
So Steve's a former master and just like to say welcome.
VA hospital and home. Right now, at the end of the month, we're gonna have a bingo there at the community living center. And Purple Captain, do you know any more about that?
No, I don't right now.
Okay, and so our faithful Admiral Chuck Gaultier is recovering from his knee replacement. He's doing well. I think the last email said he didn't need a cane. That's a good sign. He gets his glutton punishment, and I know that all too well with both the mine replaced. Is he gets the second one on May 16th, and he certainly can use our continued prayers for him for a successful surgical outcome and a speedy recovery. So, okay, And with that, going to election of two a new trustee. Right now, what I'd like to do is I don't familiar with the process, but not with its unique points. So what I'd like to do is call for any other nominations for trustee 1 year, trustee 2 years. Currently, we have two individuals who accepted running for the position, and that would be our brother Jerry Sullivan and past Grand Knight Mike Wetzel. They are current candidates. So what I'm asking on the floor, is there any other individuals that you would like to nominate? You have the opportunity to nominate yourself for the position of trustee 1 year and 2 year open position. Anything from the floor? Okay.
Three times.
I'll do that.
I believe he has asked.
Yeah, you do, so.
I have to ask, okay.
Are there any other nominations? Brad, are there any other nominations? Brad, are there any other nominations?
Is
Brad?
there any nomination? Is there any other nominations? Is there any other nominations left? Okay, I do have for discussion. Got it.
No, basically, I stand to make a motion that,
I stand to make a motion that all nominations cease at this time and that we elect the two named nominees, Mike Whistle and Jerry Sullivan as trustees by unanimous acclamation.
All those in favor, say aye. I do have a question. How do we pick who's first or second year? If one is a prior aspect navigator, 1, 2, do we know that? Okay, we're not going further. Thank you. Thank you all. All right, next is unfinished business, which we already took care of the 4th degree acceptation. Yes, sir.
Just a point of order is,
Since you're in the midst of elections, are all the other officers remaining in their positions?
To my understanding, our elections, appointments for 2 years, as
Okay.
opposed to what you see in the literature at being only 1 year. But my understanding and custom that it's a 2 year.
Okay, I just wanted, I didn't know. Okay, thank you.
We're in for the long haul. Good question, thank you. So next on is the FBO for vets fund. And so what we need is your coordinated approval. So I would ask our faithful purser to
As faithful navigator said, we had an officers meeting to go look and see how our FBO funds could be distributed. We have a number of places that we would like to send some of the money. The first one and the largest amount for $739.35, just to round out the FBO money, is the Boise Rescue Mission. Boise Rescue Mission has a veterans mission that looks after veterans that are homeless. So that was the first one. Some of the VA money, or the VA pantry is one. We can't give them cash, but we want to buy them food and travel cards for $500. Community Living Center, the reduced support for bingo and holiday celebrations, we recommended $300. Patriot Guard Raiders, which is a bit family funeral support, 250. There is a veterans service called Bravehearts that's based in Emmett. And they basically are there for any emergency, that has an emergency need for cash. Be it a few $100s to maybe pay bills or whatever, they will support veterans that way, which I think is a very good, instantaneous, if there's an emergency, they need some cash, they'll support them. The VA rehabilitation service, $200, Brave House was $200. The East Across America for the Christmas honors, $200, and Memorial Day, Cemetery Flag honors, $200, and that comes to the total of $2,589.35, which was the FOB from the last cinnamon rolls. So that's the proposal.
So, are there any questions regarding the funds distribution that, faithful controller just reviewed? This is, again, I like to say, an example of doing a local community needs assessment and making sure the funds we raise go to those people who are doing the work for our veterans or our parish or community, getting the support they need. Again, we're given $2,589.35. And what we are requesting your coordinated approval that we disperse the $2,589.35 appropriately. So if there's no question, can I have a motion on the floor?
I move we make the donations as published there. I make a motion that we accept the donations there and go by those.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second? Okay, so with that, all those in favor of approving the distribution of these funds to local community that's oriented charities and activities, say aye. Any nays? No nays have been heard. I like this knowledge. Okay, thank you so much for that. We really had a good time. Still going through this exercise, and it's worthwhile for a future exercise as well. And with that said, I'd like to have a report of the third degree.
Faithful navigator.
Yes.
Tonight we plan on having officer elections. All officers will be elected for FY 23-24. And we have a couple other items, hopefully short items on the list as well. That's all I have.
Thank you. All right, for the good of the order, just around the room, any Surnites here have anything that they feel they need to bring up at this time to the General Assembly? Yes.
Faithful Navigator, I just wanted to bring up that I think it'd be appropriate for us, I don't know if the council would yield some space in their Knights Corner when it comes to the bulletin. But if we could maybe put a little note in there saying thank you to the parish for donating that money through the FBO. And I don't know if it's appropriate to list in there where the money is going, beyond just saying to veterans related activities. But I was just wondering if we should do that and just say thank you for that donation.
It's a good suggestion, and I can do that with no problem. Okay, with that, the issues, how about what brothers and their family members need our prayers? As you know, pray for our faithful admiral for a successful surgical outcome and speedy recovery. So with that, please rise, kneel. Name of Father and Son and Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Hail Mary,
Full of grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed art thou among women.
glory be to the Father,
To the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. As it was in the beginning, is now, and forever.
I now declare the assembly closed until our next appointed meeting, which will be 3 July. Do not be confused because the church will be open on the 3rd of July, but they will be closed the 4th and the 5th. Just so you know. I thank you for your time, and I will quickly take my stuff out and start cutting the cake for dessert. Our council